The story I'm about to tell you is that of Madiba. You will have guessed it, my dear friends. Today I am taking you once again to South Africa in the 1900s, where we will discover the story of the father of the South African nation, Nelson Mandela. Known and loved around the world for his commitment to peace, negotiation and reconciliation, Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela was South Africa's first democratically elected president from 1994 to 1999. Mandela was born into the Xhosa royal family, the Madiba clan, in the village of Mvezo, in the Eastern Cape, on the 18th of July 1918. His mother was Nonkafi Nosgeni, and his father was Nkosi Mandela, principal counselor to the acting king of the Thembu people, Jonjantaba Dalindebo. In 1930, when he was 12 years old, his father died and the young Rolihlahla became a ward of Jonjantaba at the great place in Mkokazweni. Hearing the elders' stories of his ancestors' valor during the wars of resistance, he dreamed also of making his own contribution to the freedom struggle of his people. Because yes, he grew up in a country where people were separated according to their skin color. One education and university. He attended primary school in Konu, where his teacher, Miss Mdingane, gave him the name Nelson, in accordance with the custom of giving all school children Christian names. He completed his junior certificate at Clarkberry Boarding Institute and went on to Heeltown, a Wesleyan secondary school of some repute, where he matriculated. He began studying for an Bachelor of Laws at the University of the Witwatersrand. By his own admission, he was a poor student and left the university in 1952 without graduating. He only started studying again through the University of London after his imprisonment in 1962, but also did not complete that degree. In 1989, while in the last months of his imprisonment, he obtained an LLB through the University of South Africa. He graduated in absentia at a ceremony in Cape Town to the fight against apartheid. Apartheid was an unjust system of racial segregation in South Africa that separated people based on their skin color. Black individuals were treated unfairly and discriminated against, deprived of fundamental rights such as freedom of movement, access to education, and the right to vote. Nelson Mandela, as a young lawyer, witnessed the injustices caused by apartheid in his country. He joined the African National Congress, a civil rights group, and began actively campaigning against the discriminatory system. Mandela and his colleagues organized peaceful protests, boycotts, and strikes to protest against apartheid laws and demand equal rights for all South Africans, regardless of their race. Despite the government's brutal repression and frequent arrests, Mandela continued to defend his convictions with determination. His leadership and commitment to non-violence drew international attention, making him an iconic figure in the fight for justice and equality. His role in the struggle against apartheid helped raise awareness worldwide about the injustices suffered by the South African people and put pressure on the government to end this discriminatory system. 3. Imprisonment. Mandela was arrested and sentenced to life imprisonment for his role in the anti-apartheid struggle. He was imprisoned on Robben Island, an island off the coast of Cape Town, where he spent 18 of his 27 years of detention. During his imprisonment, Mandela endured very harsh living conditions. He was separated from his family and loved ones, and subjected to forced labor and mistreatment by prison guards. Despite these inhumane conditions, Mandela remained strong and resolute in his fight for freedom and equality. Despite his incarceration, Mandela remained an influential leader within the anti-apartheid movement. His ideas and values continued to inspire his supporters to fight for freedom and equality in South Africa. For release and victory. Finally, in 1990, after years of international pressure and national protests, Mandela was released from prison. His energy and determination to create a new future for South Africa played a crucial role in the country's transition to democracy and the abolition of apartheid. He became the first black president of South Africa, working to unite people of all races and create a fairer society. 5. Legacy and impact. Nelson Mandela's legacy goes far beyond his role as the first black president of South Africa. His commitment to justice, reconciliation, and peace continues to inspire millions of people worldwide. After his release from prison in 1990, Mandela worked tirelessly to unite a country divided by decades of racial segregation and injustice. He encouraged reconciliation between different communities and promoted national reconciliation policies, including the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, which aimed to acknowledge the suffering of all parties and promote healing and forgiveness. Mandela also played a crucial role in promoting human rights and social justice globally. His moral leadership and ability to transcend divisions made him a symbol of courage and hope for oppressed people worldwide. 6. Death of Madiba. Died on December 5, 2013, at the age of 95. His death was a moment of mourning not only for South Africa, but for the entire world. His passing was met with expressions of sadness and respect from leaders around the world, ordinary citizens, and human rights activists. Despite his advanced age and health problems, Mandela's death was a shock to many, as he had been an iconic figure in the fight for justice and equality for decades. Conclusion. Mandela's fight against apartheid was long and difficult, but his determination and courage ultimately led to significant changes in South Africa and inspired millions of people worldwide to fight against oppression and promote human rights and social justice. His story reminds us that even in the darkest moments, there is hope. By working together, we can build a better world where everyone is treated with dignity and respect.